Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back to our today's lesson. I am Abdullah Mukhlis. If you remember, in first videos we talked about genres of literature, and we talked about three genres: prose, poetry, and drama. We talked about two genres of literature, prose and drama, in the previous lectures. Today we are talking about the third genre of literature. It is called poetry. What is poetry? Poetry is a form of artistic expression that uses language to evoke emotions, paint vivid images, and convey deep meaning in a condensed and rhythmic manner. It often employs imaginative wordplay, metaphor, and symbolism to explore themes and capture the essence of human experiences, thoughts, and emotions. So now let's talk about elements of poetry. As I told you before, poetry is a form of literary expression that uses language and various literary devices to evoke emotions, convey meaning, and create aesthetic experiences. The elements of poetry are the fundamental components that contribute to the overall structure and impact of a poem. While different scholars and poets may define these elements in slightly different ways, here are some commonly recognized elements of poetry. First, let's start from imagery. Poetry often relies on vivid and sensory language to create mental images and appeal to the reader's senses. This can include descriptions of sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and tactile sensations. Second, we have figurative language. Poets frequently use figurative language to convey meaning beyond the literal interpretation of words. This includes devices such as metaphor, simile, personification, hyperbole, and symbolism. We'll talk about figurative language in complete details in coming sessions, inshallah. Next, we have sound devices. Poetry pays close attention to the sounds and musicality of language. Sound devices include rhyme, rhythm, alliteration, it is repetition of consonant sounds, assonance, it is the repetition of vowel sounds, onomatopoeia, these are the words that imitate sounds, and meter, the rhythmic pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables. Next, we have structure and form. It is another element of a poem. Poems can have a variety of structures and forms, including sonnets, haikus, free verse, and more. The structure and form of a poem often contribute to its overall meaning and impact. Next, we have tune. The tune of a poem refers to the attitude or emotion conveyed by the poet. It can be serious, playful, melancholic, joyful, or a range of other emotions. The tune helps establish the overall mood and atmosphere of the poem. Next, we have theme. The theme of a poem is its underlying message or central idea. It can encompass a wide range of subjects such as love, nature, death, identity, or social issues. The theme provides a unifying element that ties the various elements of the poem together. Next, we have word choice. Poets usually carefully select words to convey meaning, create imagery, and evoke emotions. The choice of specific words and the arrangement of those words in a poem contribute to its overall impact. Next, we have repetition. Repetition is a technique used in poetry to emphasize certain words, phrases, or ideas. It can create a rhythm, reinforce meaning, or evoke certain emotions. We have meter. Meter refers to the rhythmic pattern in a line of poetry. It involves the arrangement of stressed and unstressed syllables to create a specific rhythmic structure. Rhyme is another element of a poem. Rhyme is the repetition of similar sounds, usually at the end of lines in poetry. It can create a sense of musicality and harmony within the poem. Stanza is another part of or another element of a poem. A stanza is a grouped set of lines within a poem, similar to a paragraph in prose. Stanzas help organize the structure of a poem and can vary in length and form. It is a 12th element, metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two unlike things by saying one thing is another. It helps to create vivid and imaginative connections between different ideas. Simile, similar to metaphor. A simile is a figure of speech that compares two unlike things using like or as. It provides a direct comparison and can be used to create vivid descriptions. Symbolism, it involves the use of objects, images, or actions that represent abstract ideas or concepts. Symbols can have deeper meaning beyond their literal interpretation and add layers of meaning to a poem. Next, we have alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of words in close proximity. It can create a musical and rhythmic effect as well as emphasize certain words or ideas. And the last one, it is called personification. Personification gives human characteristics to non-human entities or abstract ideas, allows poet to make the intangible more relatable, and helps readers form a stronger connection with the subject. It was poetry and its elements. In coming sessions, we will talk about the other details and other necessary things of poetry. Till next video, have a very nice time. Goodbye.